everyone, how are you? I hope you're well. Welcome to Feathers of Clarity. My name is Annie. I am the person behind Feathers of Clarity. I am a certified EFT and TFT master practitioner, and this is your free session for a general release of childhood traumas through tapping. So welcome. I hope it will help you. I'm just looking at my notes to make sure that I don't forget anything. Tapping. What is tapping? Basically, it's similar to acupuncture, but without the needle part, which is, because I hate needles. But basically what we do is there's two parts. So there's the EFT, which is actually the power of our voice and the power of talking out loud mixed in with us tapping different meridian point that we have on our bodies that are responsible for the energy flow in our bodies. So, and that's your cue to find a comfortable place where you're going to be comfortable exactly to speak aloud and to do the gesture of the tapping. So, and it might be also a great time to remind you to pause and get yourself a paper and a pen, because we're going to need it to rate how you're feeling throughout the session. So, okay, the TFT part though, this part is silence. It's where we actually just connect our heart to our emotion related to our childhood traumas, and we tap the meridian point in a certain way, certain sequence to release the energy related to those traumas. What I like about tapping is that is that it's not like another therapy, meaning you don't have to sit and talk and go into details and basically relive your traumas. Tapping is it's softer, it's powerful, but it's softer. It's done over time while doing the session, and it helps release without having to go within like really deeply and have to talk about all of those emotions. So it's a gentle release of our traumas, basically. Quick note, not everybody is responsive to tapping. There's about 20% of the population that is not. So if it doesn't work for you, that might just be that you're part of this 20%. And the symptom that you can maybe feel during and after is lightheaded symptoms. And all of those, they go away in a couple of hours. There's no worries or anything like that. It's just related to releasing the energy, and the other symptoms might be bursts of emotion like crying, anxiety, stress, even fears for some people. So just take really deep breaths and take time to like really connect to your breath and make sure that just relax. And if you're having difficulties afterward relaxing even while breathing, you can tap this point here that is called the gamut point, right here in the middle of those two fingers, about half an inch. You'll feel a void there, and you just tap there while breathing. You can count to 50, and you can do this as many times as you'd like. It will help just to release the emotion. And please drink a lot of water afterwards. It helps release the toxins, and the toxin helps release the blocked energies. So is that all for that? I think so. If I forget anything, there's gonna be they're all written in the description box. Okay, so let's just, for myself too, let's just go, because I was talking really fast there. So let's just release and take a really deep breath in. And another one. And just release the tensions. Feels good. Okay, so I'm just going to show you the meridian point that we're going to tap, and then you're going to be able to follow with me. And after I show you that, we're just going to rate we're going to start the session basically. So the first meridian point is top of the head. So we tap here. Then we have third eye, eyebrow, corner of the eye, under the eye, under nose, chin, collarbone. Underarm is actually where our bra straps for the ladies it, and for the men about maybe 2 or 3 inch below your armpit. And we have also inside the thumb, outside the index, outside the middle finger, outside the ring finger, and outside the pinky. And we have what we call the karate chop, like that, and that's where we tap here. So those are the meridian point that we're gonna tap. And we also have the gamut spot that I showed you earlier, this one here. So those are the meridian point that we're gonna tap today. So before we start, how do you feel when you think about your childhood and the trauma that you live? You have to connect with the emotion, like as of today, about how you feel about those. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being it doesn't bother me at all, like I can think about those moments, but it doesn't do anything to my emotion. And 10 being I'm really in distress, it's really hard, I'm about to lose it. Sorry. So I'm just gonna give you a second to actually connect really with those traumas from your childhood and see how it feels for you today. If you are at a 3 or below, you don't have to do the tapping session. It won't do anything for you because the point is to drop you at a 3 or below. So if you're already there, you're doing fine. Yay. You can keep this session for another time where you feel the emotion regarding those trauma is higher. So now that we've rated, and that's where I'm gonna look at my note because I have to read and I want to make sure that I don't do any error. So while tapping the karate chop point, we're gonna repeat 3 times the following phrase. So I'm just gonna read it and give you time to repeat with me. So let's go ahead. Even though I lived through childhood traumas, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I lived through childhood traumas, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I lived through childhood traumas, I completely love and accept myself. And now we're going to start with the EFT part. So we're going to say out loud while tapping the different meridian point. We're going to say childhood traumas. So just follow along and yeah, let's go. Childhood traumas. Childhood traumas. Eyebrow, childhood traumas. Corner of the eye, childhood traumas. Under the eye, childhood traumas. Under nose, childhood traumas. Chin, childhood traumas. Collarbone, childhood traumas. Under the arm, childhood traumas. Inside of the thumb, childhood traumas. Outside of the index, childhood traumas. Outside of the middle finger, childhood traumas. Outside of the ring finger, childhood traumas. And outside of the pinky, childhood traumas. And we go back to the karate chop. We're going to say childhood traumas. And now we're going to count to 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And now we're going to go to the EFT part, which is we're not talking aloud. We're just connecting with our emotion related to the childhood traumas that we faced. So I'm just going to give you a moment to really connect. And we're going to start tapping. We're going to start with under the eye for 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to do underarms for 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to do collarbone for 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we're going to do what we call the gamut series. So the gamut series is done while tapping the gamut point here all the time. For you guys, it's just looking forward and following the instruction without moving your head. I'm going to move my head because I check my notes to make sure that I get the right order of things, because I have fibromyalgia and fibrofog, and yeah, I forget things. So let's go ahead and start tapping with the gamut point. First thing, we're going to look straight forward, and we're going to close our eyes, open our eyes. Look down right without moving the head, back to center. Look down left without moving the head, back to center. We're going to roll the eyes one direction, back to center, and we're going to roll the eye the other direction, and back to center. And now the fun part, we're going to hum the song Happy Birthday. I chose Happy Birthday because everybody everywhere in the world knows that. So and now we're going to count out loud from 1 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to hum the Happy Birthday song again. And we're going to do what we call a floor to ceiling eye roll without moving the head. So we're just looking down and hop, and we're not moving the head. And that's it for this part. So now we're just going to take a really deep breath, like you can place your hand on your heart and just and we're going to rate ourselves again. So I'm going to give you a moment to, from 1 to 10, to rate where you're at. So if you were like, let's say 8 and you dropped to a 6, at this point you would have to rewind the video and do the sequence all over again until you drop to a 3 or below. 4 is also fine, but 3 or below is better. And if you're already at this stage, at a 3 or below, you can just go ahead and follow with me the last step that we're doing right now. So the last step with we're putting our hands on our heart, and we're going to take a deep breath, and we're going to repeat this statement 3 times, the same thing as we did earlier, not the same statement though. So just taking a deep breath. Now that I've released my childhood traumas, I completely love and accept myself. Now that I've released my childhood traumas, I completely love and accept myself. Now that I've released my childhood traumas, I completely love and accept myself. And now we're going to do the EFT round again, all over, but this time we're going to do it with the positive affirmation, which is childhood trauma released. So let's go ahead and tap top of the head, childhood trauma released. Third eye, childhood trauma released. Eyebrow, childhood trauma released. Corner of the eye, childhood trauma released. Under the eye, childhood trauma released. Under the nose, childhood trauma released. Chin, childhood trauma released. Collarbone, childhood trauma released. Under the arm, childhood trauma released. Inside the thumb, childhood trauma released. Outside the index, childhood trauma released. Middle finger, childhood trauma released. Ring finger, childhood trauma released. Pinky, childhood trauma released. Karate chop, childhood trauma released, and we're counting 15 times while tapping. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're taking another deep breath. And we're going to finish with breathing 3 times and saying the last statement. So, now that I've released my childhood traumas, I completely love and accept myself. Now that I've released my childhood traumas, I completely love and accept myself. Now that I've released my childhood traumas, I completely love and accept myself. And that's it. So the goal is to bring you to a 4-3 or below so that you can go about your day. This type of session can be done anytime. There's no limit. Although because it mixes EFT and TFT together, it's still powerful, even if it's a general one. I do offer one-on-one to really like pinpoint a specific problem with you, and that would help release faster, if we can say it like that. But for these type of videos, I wanted to do general, just so that no one would be left like in distress or too anxious or anything like that. Like I wanted to be powerful, helpful, but also not something of an inconvenience for any of you. But if you need to if you would like to work with me because you did that, it helped you, and you like my vibe or anything like that, you can send me an email. All the information are in the description box below. And yeah, that can be done anytime. The more you do it, the faster it's released. But I would suggest not go over once a day for these particular ones. There are smaller ones that are for anxiety or stuff like that that you can do like multiple times a day. That it's no problem. But these types are really powerful, like to release the things. So just maybe once a day. So that's it for your full tapping session to help release your childhood traumas. I hope it will help. Please share, like, comment, all the things, so that it can reach as many people as possible, so that I can help as many people as possible. So sending much love and light your way, and thank you for being here. And if it helped you, please let me know. I always know how people feel with those and how it helps them. So take care, have a beautiful day, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Okay, bye bye.